everybody. How are we doing? Technical difficulties, that's for sure this morning. Between the dogs and my computer and my... Hi, everybody. Who's on here? Let me know. So sorry for the delay. Hashtag dogs, hashtag technical difficulties. Is this working? No. Can you grab my Apple Watch, please? Yeah. Could you, go away? Teenagers, they're the best. No. Who's here with me? Cooper's supposed to be here. Where's Alina? Where's Olivia? Let's see. Who's on here? Oh, Aberdeen's here. Hi, Aberdeen. Cooper's here. Hi, Cooper. How are you? I miss you guys. So how is day 5 going? A little crazy. I'm ready to go take a walk. The sunshine feels great, and I want to get out of the house before it rains, like it did yesterday. Hi, Alina. Yeah. Oh, boring. Awesome. Okay, good morning, everybody. So I posted a challenge on Class Dojo. Let's not forget about writing. Okay, so I'm challenging you to, hey, this is a great time to be persuasive, right? And tell your parents that you need a new pet. 3 reasons to support your answer. Okay, so support it with details. Hi, Liv. And don't forget an intro and a conclusion. So that's it. So yesterday we got frightful, and Sam was able to snag a peregrine falcon baby, climbed up a cliff, got attacked by the mom, and then like he's gonna raise her and train her. I think that's super crazy. Alina's trying to convince her mom that she needs another dog. Maybe if you write it in a paper, you would convince her more instead of like begging, like, please, 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 like that. Benji's not amused right now. Can you guys see Benji? He's not amused. All right. So when we left off, he was making salt. So he had seen that if you take hickory branches or sticks and put them in a can of water, that's perfect. Lena, that's perfect, babe. And then you kind of boil it down, and it's like this thick, black, sticky substance, and it's salt, a salt-like substance. And so he put it on frog legs, and he said it was really good. So just letting everyone know, Cooper's on here, but he is unable to comment. So everyone give Cooper a shout out and say, hi, Coop. He had surgery on last Friday, and he's doing great. I saw him. He brought me flowers yesterday. It was the best part of my day. They're sitting on my counter. And Luke's here. Look. Alina says hi, Cooper, and Luke says hi. I'm not sure if you can see the feed right there, but we're super glad that Cooper is doing well, and yeah, brought me flowers. Like, that was the sweetest thing. He called and was like, where do you live? And I was like, I don't want to tell you. And then I told him, and then a couple minutes later, here comes Cooper and his mom, and then these beautiful flowers. So thank you, Coop. Olivia says hi, Coop. All right, so June 19th. That means he's been there for how long? For over a month. So questions about where are his parents? Why had it today? The ash slats work very well and are quite springy and comfortable. The bed just fits in the right-hand side of the tree. I have hemlock boughs on it now, but hope to have deer hide soon. I am making a figure 4 trap as tall as me with a log on it that I can barely lift. It doesn't look workable, and I wish there was a way of getting a deer. No, I haven't started reading it. I'm just reading right now. This is it. We were just, Luke, calm down, Luke. Okay, so this is a picture of his bed. So that's kind of what his bed looked like. June 20th. It's my birthday. Isn't that cool? I decided today to dig a pit to trap a deer. So I am whittling a shovel out of a board I found in the stream this morning. That stream is very useful. It has given me 10 cans for what's blurry. Oh, here, hold on. Let me see if I can hold it still for a little bit longer. There. Did that work? That stream is very useful. It has given me 10 cans for pots and now an oaken board for a shovel. Frightful will hop from the stump to my fist. She still can't fly. Her wing feathers are only about an inch long, and I think she likes me. Okay, this is entitled How a Door Came to Me. Now, is that interesting? How a door came to me. One morning, before the wood peewees were up, I was smoking a mess of fish I had caught in the stream. When I caught more than I could eat, I would bone them, meaning like take the bones out, put them on a rack of sticks, and slowly smoke them until they dried out. This is the best way to preserve extra food. However, if you try it, remember to use a hard wood. Hickory is best. I tried pine on the first batch and ruined them with a black, tarry smoke. Well, it was very silent, and then came a scream. I jumped into my tree. Presently, I had enough nerve to look out. Baron Weasel, I said in astonishment. I was sure it was the same weasel I had met in the trap. He was on the boulder in front of the hemlock, batting the ferns with his front feet and rearing and staring at me. Now, you stay right there, I said. Of course, he flipped and came off the rock like a jet stream. He was at the door before I could stop him and loping around my feet like a bouncing ball. You look glad all over, Baron. I hope all that friskiness means joy, I said. He took my pant legs in his teeth, tugged it, and then rippled softly back into the boulder. He went down a small hole. He popped up again, hit a fern nearby, and ran around the boulder. I crept out to look for him. No weasel. I poked a stick in the hole at the base of the rock, trying to provoke him. I felt a little jumpy, so that when a shot rang out through the woods, I leapt a foot in the air and dove into my hole. A cricket chirped, a catbird scratched the leaves. I waited. 1 enormous minute later, a dark form ran onto the meadow. It stumbled and fell. I had the impression that it was a deer. Without waiting, I stuck a few ferns in them so they would look as if they were growing there and ran back to camp breathless. Hurriedly, I put out the fire, covered it with dirt, hid my smoking rack in the spring, grabbed Frightful, and got in my tree. So what do you think? What's Sam trying to do? What is Sam trying to do, you think, friends? I hate that. We need to try Zoom so you guys can like answer me live and I can interact with you instead of having to ask the question, you guys think about it, type an answer, have a response on here. Maybe we'll try Zoom. Yeah, right, Olena? Yeah, try to hide it, right. Poaching, and he might be along in a minute to collect his prize. The shot had come from the side of the mountain, and I figured I had about 4 minutes to clean up before the poacher arrived. Okay, so what's poaching? Do you guys know what poaching is? Yeah, Zoom is super. Luke, it is killing animals, but there's something specific about poaching. Why is poaching bad? So poaching is when you are hunting out of season. So when you go hunting, there are seasons for everything. And so it starts on a certain date and then it ends on a certain date. And after out of season, it's called poaching. And so it's illegal. When I was hidden and ready, Frightful started her cry of hunger. I had not fed her yet that morning. Oh, how was I going to explain to her the awful need to be quiet? How did a mother falcon warn her young of danger? I took her in my hands and stroked her stomach. She fought me, and then she lay still in my hand, her feet up, her eyes bright. She stiffened and dropped. I kept on stroking her. She was hypnotized. I would stop for a few moments. She would lie still, then pop to her feet. I wasn't sure this was what her mother did to keep her quiet, but it worked. Bushes cracked, leaves scuttled, and a man with a rifle came into the meadow. I could just see his head and shoulders. He looked around and banged toward the hemlock forest. I crawled up on my bed. It says Mackenzie, but that must mean Paisley's here. Hi, Paisley. How are you? Yes, poaching is illegal. If you hunt out of season, it is illegal and you can be arrested or fined or ticketed or any of that stuff. Very good. I heard him come to the tree. I could see his boots. He stopped by the ashes of the fire and then went on. I could see my heart lift my sweater. I was terrified. I stayed on the bed all morning, telling the fierce little bundle of feathers in my hand there was deer meat in store for her if she would just wait with me. Way down the other side of the mountain, I heard another shot. I sure hoped that deer dropped on the poacher's toes and he would now go home. At meet deer until she was misshapen, meaning she had a big old and then you can follow along that way after reading today. Okay, I'm so glad you found us. You should have told me. I would have helped you. I didn't know that you didn't know where we were. Okay. I didn't make any notes as to how long it took me to do all the work that was required to get the deer ready for smoking and the hide scraped and ready for tanning, but it was many, many days. However, when I sat down to a venison steak, that was a meal. All it was venison. I wrote this on a piece of birch bark. I think I grew an inch on venison. Frightful and I went to the meadow when the meal was done, and I flopped on the grass. The stars came up, the ground smelled sweet, and I closed my eyes. I heard pip, pop, pop, pop. Who's making that noise? I said sleepily to Frightful, worm coming out of its hole. Nearby, another one arose, and there was a pop. Little bubbles of air snapped as these voiceless animals of the earth came to the surface. That got me to smiling. I was glad to know this about earthworms. I don't know why, but this seemed like one of the nicest things I had learned in the woods, that earthworms, lowly, confined to the darkness of the earth, could make just a little stir in the world. In which Frightful learns her ABCs. Free time was spent scraping the fur off the deer hide to get it ready for tanning. This much I knew. It keeps loading. You're asking the wrong person here. I have no idea. How can I make it better? Liv, what can I do? Luke, what can I do? Anyone? No one? Is it better now or not better? Or someone tell me. IGK. Thanks a lot, my techies. Is it still freezing? It's better? Okay, we're going to try to go on. All right, you need a lot of oak chips and water. Water and oak give off tannic acid. My problem was not oak or water, but getting a vessel big enough to put the deer hide in. Coming home from the stream one night, I had an inspiration. It had showered the day before, and as Frightful and I passed an old stump, I noticed that it had collected the rain. A stump! An oak stump would be perfect, I said, right out loud to that pretty bird. So I felled an oak over by the gorge, burned a hole in it, carried water to it, and put my deerskin in it. I let it steep, maybe 5 days before I took it out and dried it. It dried stiff as a board, and I had to chew, rub, jump on it, and twist it to get it soft. When this was done, however, I had my door. I hung it on pegs inside my entrance, and because it was bigger than it had to be, I would cut off pieces now and then when I needed them. I cut off 2 thin strips to make jesses or leg straps for Frightful. All good falcons wear jesses and leashes so they can be tethered for their training. I smoked the meat I couldn't eat and stored it. I used everything I could on that animal. I even used one of its bones for a spearhead. I was tired of catching frogs by the jump and miss system. I made 2 sharp points and strapped them to the end of a long stick, one on each side to make kind of a fork. It worked beautifully. Frogs were one of my favorite meals, and I found I could fix them buds and wild carrots, thicken with acorn flour, serve in a turtle shell. Is it messing up for you guys? Is it like pausing or spinning or whatever, like what Aberdeen is saying? Binge, you crazy dog. Different about it today. By now, my 2 pairs of pants were threadbare and my 3 sweaters were frayed. It keeps pausing and stuff because Paisley's here today. We'll blame it on Paisley. Well, if anything, I guess you guys can maybe go back and listen to it. We're almost done with this chapter. We've got a couple more pages. Oh, it's Skippy. Come here. So Cooper and Paisley can see you. We all need Zoom. Yeah, how about if everyone downloads Zoom today and maybe this afternoon we'll give it a, I know, right, Liv? It's totally Paisley's fault. Paige, do you guys have Zoom? So it's like an app and we can do like conference calls basically. And it's where that we can all see each other. It's blurry and pausing and spinning. Great. Okay, so maybe I should end this. Skippy. Come here, Skippy. Oh, there's Skip, guys. Hi, bud. Can you tell everyone hi? Cooper's here and Paisley's here. So let me see if I have my Zoom. Yeah, it looks like it's this little, like, okay, that didn't work. See that little, it's like and it looks like this, and you just start a meeting. So what you would do is you would download the app, and then we could join. And Zoom is so much easier, and it's, and I'm going to post on Class Dojo some instructions on how to do it then, okay? And then we'll see if we can redo this. So, see ya.